Nick's Picks back here, guys, and today I have Kendrick and Rick with us. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube channel, um, comment, like, do whatever. Join the Discord. Send us a message, comment down below. The link is going to be put in the comments as well. 2-week trial, 14 days. It's a beautiful community. We got over 500 members in 2 months' time in the Discord. We got 10 sports covered, 12 months of the year. We're feasting, we're eating. There's a lot of good things. Before we get going on this podcast about the NFL playoff predictions, Kendrick, tell them a reason they need to get in this Discord.
Yeah, if you're new here, drop it down below. There might be an Easter egg if you continue watching throughout this video, but it's a beautiful community built over the last year. Went to premium in the first 2 months. We're feasting up over 50 units in the last 20 days. Come in, 2-week trial, get your feet wet, no risk, no obligation, and see why there's over 500 members in there and why I had to mute the channel, why we recorded this, because it is an active community 7 days of the week.
Rick, tell them why they need to get in the Discord and take advantage of this 2-week trial.
Like you guys said it all above, it's get a lot of people in the community that post plays, post talk that they like, and they bounce ideas off of each other. Cover all kinds of sports in there. It's prime season in betting. Got to get in there. Playoffs are getting ready to be hot. Got to get in there. March Madness is around the corner. NASCAR getting ready to start. NBA midseason. Got to get in there. 14 days to try for free. Can't be no easier than that.
Yeah, what a great community we got. Positive vibes, trust the process. It's been a while, boys. Kendrick, had to go to Texas, Indiana, Florida, whatever, all over the United States of America. But now we are here to the playoffs. The season flew by as it always does. And we're going to get into the wild card game, or the wild card games. 6 of them, 2 Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 Monday night. We're going to start with the 4 o'clock game on Saturday. The Cleveland Browns travel to face the rookie-led Texans of C.J. Stroud. We'll start with Kendrick here.
Yeah, for me, I think that, both teams are young, except for the quarterback for the Browns. Joe Flacco, he's been in the playoffs before. CJ Stroud, I think he's a rookie QB of the year, best one out of his class. That's why I'm rolling with him. I like his wide receiver core he has there. Nico Collins, I know Tank Dell is out, but Nico Collins is going to step up big here, and they're going to get the ball down the field like they need to. But it's going to be hard to stop that defense of the Browns. They are the dogs. I'm taking the Texans to get it done here.
Yeah, I like the Browns in this situation. It's going to be a very close fought game. The CJ Stroud's MVP consideration there early midseason, I guess you can say. Joe Flacco comeback player of the year. But I think Browns, if they can be physical in this game, I think they can squeak it out like a 23-19 win.
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns here. It seems like you always have a 5 beat a 4 every year. I'm just not going to trust the Texans here. Rookie quarterback, first playoff game, pretty much probably the first playoff game for the majority of that team. First year head coach as well. Joe Flacco's been there, done that. I think you have enough to squeak by in a wild card matchup against Houston. It seems like Houston has played in several of these 4:30 games over the years of the wild card playoffs. But yeah, I'm going to take the Browns.
All right, next moving on. Saturday, we got the Dolphins traveling to Arrowhead Stadium. As everybody knows, they've been talking about it for days. It's going to be cold. Who do you like here, Rick?
Yeah, I think I like the Dolphins with the upset here. All depend on the injury. We'll see who pops up on the report. If Raheem can play, if Waddle can play, which I think they're going to. I think Dolphins can go and win in the cold weather. I just don't think Kansas City has enough, shown enough over the last month and a half to do much of it all. And I think Tyreek Hill going back into Kansas City for the first time gets the job done.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I know it's going to be cold. You know, everybody, it's football. It's the time of the year. It's going to be cold. They're going to have to play hard. The Chiefs just have not done anything to impress me lately. They just seem to have, hit a skid in the road. I like it. I just hope that, Waddle, Tua stays healthy in the game. I know it's cold. It's going to hurt. The hits are going to hurt a little bit more. The ball's going to fly different. But Tyreek Hill, I'm hoping his ankle's good. Mostart, I hope he's able to come back. That running game is pretty dangerous, but they're also dangerous in the air. I just haven't seen enough out of the Chiefs to give me that. So I'm going with the Dolphins here as well.
I've contemplated this game all week, and I'm going with the Chiefs. The Dolphins are a very public team, and as I was looking, the Dolphins are getting a lot of the public money here in this matchup. They're 0-10 in games under 40 degrees in their last 10. And it's the Chiefs Arrowhead Stadium. Starters rested last week, so basically they're going to be off a bye at home. The Dolphins haven't proved to me they could win on the road this year. Yes, and I know the Chiefs have been bad, but I'm going to take the Chiefs to squeak by here. They're going to win this one, and I'm going to go in the opposite direction of y'all. I just think that home field advantage here is going to be too much for a public team by Vegas.
There's another lone wolf. Cue the sound.
Cue the sound.
All right. Starting off Sunday, 1 p.m. game. My Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills. What's your read on this game, Nick?
10 points is a lot of points for a playoff game. But I got to take the Bills here, getting it done at home. And I think this sets up nicely for the Bills in the playoff picture. 3 weeks ago, it did not look so hot. 2 months ago, it looked even worse. But now, the Bills might have the third best chance to win the Super Bowl with the way this playoff picture sets up. I got this Bills getting it done in an ugly game in the wild card round, but I think they get by.
Yeah, I agree. The Buffalo Bills, one thing that's changed, they started running the ball a little bit better than they have in previous games, going back to previous playoff games. I think it's going to be like an ugly game. But they get by, 2-possession game. I think Bills win.
As I mentioned earlier, Nick, in the text, I said I got a little surprise for you. And I hate to make this, but I'm riding with the Steelers and the momentum with Mason Rudolph here. I know we don't have TJ Watt. JJ Watt, he's a little bit bigger, so he's not going to be able to fit in the pads and look like TJ, unfortunately. But that defense, we're getting Kaze back. I mean, he might take a Stephon Diggs out and get ejected from the game, but that might be what he needs to do. Who knows? Nah. But in all seriousness, I'm going to ride with the underdogs here, and I'm going to take the Steelers. I know they're on the road in Buffalo, but surprise, I have to go ride with my Steelers. Mike Tomlin, had a winning season. I didn't even have the Steelers in the playoffs before the season even started. I went back and listened to that yesterday, and just that momentum for the Steelers. It's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be, if Steelers win, it's going to be by a field goal. Chris Boswell is going to get it done. So give me the Steelers.
Wow. Big upset, double-digit dog on the road in the wild card playoffs. Kendrick with 2 upsets. The 6-seed Dolphins winning on the road against the Chiefs. And he's going to take the 7-seed Steelers to beat the Bills here. All right, we're moving to the NFC wild card playoff picture here. Cowboys versus the Packers, a familiar matchup in years past. As we know, Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers has dominated Dallas in the playoffs, but Aaron Rodgers no more in Green Bay. Can Jordan Love do the same thing to Dallas? Rick?
Yeah, this is going to be a close game. I think Dallas ends up squeaking it out, even though Dak is 0-3 in the playoffs at home. It's all going to come down to Dak and Jordan Love. I just don't think Jordan Love's ready for the moment. I think if Dallas gets sloppy in the turnover category, I think they can. That's the only way they lose. I just don't see Packers staying committed to the run. And that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, I'm riding with you there. You know, I said before the season, I wanted to see Dak have a good year, and he's having a pretty good year for himself. Um, you know, it takes a lot of pride for me to swallow that, to talk about the Cowboys, because I think everybody just likes to talk crap on the Cowboys and America's team, you know. But the Packers squeaked it in, but it's going to be short lived for them. Cowboys are going to get it done and move on.
I am taking the Dallas Cowboys to win this. Lock it in. There's no way they're losing here. If the Cowboys were going to win the Super Bowl, it's going to be this year. This is the best team they've had in a long time. Give me the Cowboys to cover the 7 here. Cowboys cover the 7. Shoo-wee.
All right, moving on to Sunday night game. We have the Rams versus the Lions. Man, for the season, Cinderella story. I said the Lions were going to go all the way. And I'm going to give Jared Goff to get some revenge on his old team of the Rams and get them. Lions are going to be fired up. Playoff game. I'm going to get it done here and move on. The Lions will end up facing the Cowboys in my bracket. Give me the Lions all day. Get her done.
Yeah, I think Lions coming out of this game squeaking out. A lot of momentum. Rams has been playing pretty solid over the last month. But I think the running game for the Lions gets this done barely.
And I'm going to go with the Rams to pull off the upset here. I'm going to take the Rams on the road, pull off the upset. Sean McVay, experienced head coach. Been there, done that. Stafford, they won the Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. Still got a decent little defense as well. And this is the Lions' first playoff appearance since, I believe, 2016 when Stafford was on the Lions. So this is Stafford's former team. This is Goff's former team. Man, this is going to be an awesome matchup. But Lions' first year playoff team, I'm going to go with the Rams pulling off an upset. Give me the Rams kicking a game-winning field goal as time expires.
This game, Monday Night Football. We have the Eagles traveling here to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Who do you like here, Rick?
Yeah, I believe Tampa Bay gets the W here. Eagles just haven't been able to figure it out. I believe it's going to be an ugly game. I see it being like a 19-16 kind of score. But Buccaneers barely squeak it out. The only way Eagles can win this is if their defense or special teams get a score in this game. But I like Tampa Bay in this one.
I'm going to go with the Eagles to win here. The Eagles have been playing so bad that I think they find a way to get this when they're due. Law averages spot. I don't think Sirianni is going to let them lose to Tampa Bay. I think the Eagles have almost got kind of devalued a little too much. Give me the Eagles to cover the -3 here. I think they cover the spread. Give me the Eagles. Another 5 beats a 4 on the road.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more there with you, Nick. This was my only 5-4 matchup. I'm taking the Eagles to get it done here. Just looking at the experience, I know Baker Mayfield, he's got a little dog in him. He's had less interceptions this year than Hurts. But you look at that Eagles. I thought Eagles were going to straight up win the NFC outright. 49ers took that spot. But I like what receiver core that the Eagles are rocking with. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. You know, Mike Evans had pretty good, but Chris Godwin just doesn't seem to be hitting as much as I would like. But this hurts. You know, anytime they get within 3 yards, you know, it's going to be 2 tush pushes in a row. That's just crazy football. I hate to see that get banned. but I think the Eagles will be able to get it done and definitely cover the 3-point spread.
That leads us back to the AFC divisional round. Personally, for me, I have the Ravens versus the Browns in the divisional round, and I'm going to take the Ravens to get it done. The Browns Cinderella story comes to an end here. Ravens advance to the conference championship.
So I got the Ravens and the Dolphins as a rematch. I don't depend on the health and how they come out of the wild card game. Just don't see how they contain the Ravens, especially with no Chubb. That defense a little banged up. I think Ravens too much foul power. They just faced each other 2 weeks ago and it was ugly. Feel like the Ravens in this spot.
Yeah, so for me, since I took the dogs of the Steelers, we got the Steelers playing the Ravens. I know in the regular season, the Steelers were able to get it done. And then that last game, it really didn't mean anything to the Ravens. So the Steelers got the win. But this is where the Steelers playoff ends for me. I'm going to take the Ravens to beat the Steelers. They just have a little bit more power. I know with the Steelers defense, I don't know if Watt could be back by then. I'm not sure the extent of his injury. But the Ravens, they're going to be hard to stop here. So give me the Ravens to beat the Steelers and move on.
All right, this leads us to the second game in the divisional round. Personally, for me, I got the Chiefs going to the Bills. And the Bills already beat the Chiefs. The Bills always play the Chiefs good, but years past, it's always been the Bills going to the Chiefs and losing. But this year, the roles reversed. Josh Allen has waited his time. The Bills get it done here at home against the Chiefs. They send them home. Chiefs going to have to make some improvements in the offseason. Bills advance to the conference championship to play the Ravens on my end. Kendrick.
Yeah, so for me, I have the Dolphins playing the Texans. This is where rookie CJ Stroud, his playoff tenure, however you say that word, ends for him. Tua and the Dolphins are going to be able to get it done here and move on to play the Ravens.
All right, so that will give me the matchup for the Browns going into Buffalo. This would be a really good matchup to see. I like the Browns in this spot. The Browns very physical. I just don't think Josh Allen will be able to do it all by himself, and I think that he got the defense to shut down Diggs. So give me the Browns to upset right here, and they will be going into Baltimore.
All right, starting off the divisional round, I have the 49ers playing the Eagles here. This 49ers team rested as long as they're healthy. I don't see them having a problem against this Eagles team. It could be a dogfight, though. It could be a lot of back and forth here. I just don't think that the Eagles will be able to keep up with this 49ers team, and the 49ers are going to move on.
I guess that would put the 49ers playing the Bucks for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I think 49ers handle this one pretty easily. Coming off of a physical game, I think it's going to be against the Eagles. I don't think Tampa Bay has enough firepower to keep up with the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers here. I actually got them playing the Rams because I got the Rams with the upset over the Lions. Divisional matchup, third time they're meeting this season. Give me the Niners to get it done. They're the better team with the bye.
All right, for the second divisional matchup here for me in the NFC, I got the Lions playing the Cowboys. This is going to be a tough matchup, and it is going to be hard for the Lions to get it done. But as history repeats itself, the Cowboys seem to choke in the playoffs. This is where the Cinderella story continues on for the Lions. The Lions are going to move on to face the 49ers in my NFC championship. Dan Campbell, after the win against the Rams, he's going to get them boys fired up. Yeah, they're going to have to travel to Texas, They're going to be fired up. I don't know what more, maybe hotter than a billy goat with a blowtorch or something, but they're going to move on and play 49ers in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I got the same matchup. I got the Lions and the Cowboys. I think it's all going to depend on how Laporta, if he's going to be available for the game, it's going to be a pretty big key for the Lions. Like I said, I think Lions win this one. I like Lions to beat the Cowboys. Cowboys got away with one last time, but I think it's going to be another high scoring affair. I think the Lions win.
And I got the Eagles going to the Cowboys, another divisional matchup in the playoffs. Third time meeting. Cowboys blew them out at home last time. They won't blow them out again. It'll be close, but the Cowboys will get this done against the Eagles. And I think it's within one possession.
All right. In my AFC Championship, I have the Dolphins playing the Ravens. This is going to be a great, great game, I believe. But, you know, this Ravens team has it in them. I like what they're doing. The Dolphins are just going to end here for them. They're going to squeak by the first two rounds, but this conference matchup is just going to be a little bit too tight for them. They'll keep it close, but I think the Ravens will win by a field goal at least.
Yeah, I got the Ravens and the Browns in the AFC Championship. It could be a scary game for the Ravens, but I think Lamar pulls it out. If this game had been in Cleveland, I think I would have took Cleveland here. But their defense doesn't travel on the road. I think Baltimore wins in a one-possession game.
And I got the Bills going to the Ravens. And I think the Bills match up the best out of any team in the NFL. I think the Bills are the only team in the AFC that can beat the Ravens. I really do believe that. But I can't go against Baltimore here at home. Give me the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl, slightly beating the Bills.
See, I got the Lions going to San Francisco. I said one team that could beat them in the playoffs to be the Lions. I said that mid-year, just the way they match up. At the end, I don't think Detroit has enough on the back end to keep the 49ers offense, the passing game at least stable. I think 49ers edge it out to move on.
Yeah, so for me, you know, I want this Cinderella story to continue on for the Lions. I had Ravens Lions before the season started, but I just think this is where their Cinderella story ends. The shoe doesn't fit for them here in San Francisco. San Francisco is going to run all over them. They're going to pass on them. I just don't think the Lions are going to be able to keep up with this matchup. That's going to leave me with the Ravens and the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
And I got the 49ers versus the Cowboys, NFC Championship. Niners get it done. Cowboys can't win on the road. Same story as every year before. They can't get by the 49ers. They can't get by the Packers. They choke. They do something. But Niners are the better team. They destroyed the Cowboys at home earlier this year in prime time. And this leads us to the Ravens versus 49ers for all three of us. So you know what that tells me, boys? That this is not going to be the Super Bowl matchup because all three of us are on it. And I think the Niners, I really do think the Niners make it. I bet the Ravens choke to somebody. The Ravens are going to lose and they'll mess it up.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Ravens sat their players last week. Reminds me of that Ravens team a couple years ago. The Ravens looked so good. They come out and lost to Titans in the divisional. But I like the 49ers too. More of a complete team. Of course, it all comes down to health. You can see what one injury can do to a team, as you can see what it done to 49ers last year in the playoffs. But if everything stays healthy, I like 49ers to beat them here.
Yeah, we're all on the same census here. You know, if this is the matchup, you know, if we all call it, which would be great. If not, you know, I don't see the 49ers having any struggles throughout. I see them going all the way to the Super Bowl. As my favorite word, I guess, today is the receiver core. You just look at what the 49ers have versus the Ravens. They have it all. They're a complete package. That's why I'm going with the 49ers as well to win the Super Bowl here. This will be a great matchup, though. I'll have to swallow the pride that they'll be the only NFL team with 7 Super Bowl wins. I'll accept that. It's going to be a great matchup. In this game, I think Christian McCaffrey will end up getting MVP because he's going to get the ball. He's going to get fed a lot. That's my call on that. 49ers with Christian McCaffrey as the MVP. Who would y'all call for the MVP?
Yeah, McCaffrey would be probably the odds-on favorite. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I got to go with McCaffrey as well. If they win that game, it's going to be surrounded around McCaffrey. Yeah, that's who I would take. So let's kind of change the subject real quick before we end the podcast. Who or what team is the dark horse to win the Super Bowl besides the Ravens or 49ers? Which team, NFC or AFC, is the dark horse for you guys?
I've been preaching it the whole time. I'm going with the Lions as a dark horse here. It just depends on, you know, the health of how they are. The Rams going to be a tough matchup for mine. Then playing the Cowboys, that's going to be another matchup that's tough. And then getting by the 49ers, you know, I feel like they're going to be the dog in at least 2 out of 3 of those matchups. It's going to be tough. Dan Campbell, if anybody can do it, he can lead that team. He can get them fired up like you talked about last year. Had no sense in going out there and beating Aaron Rodgers an hour before game. They found out they weren't going to make the playoffs. He got them boys fired up. They went out there, beat the Packers, and I think Dan Campbell is the man for the job to get this Lions team fired up, and they're going to be my dark horse.
Yeah, dark horse team, I think would be the Browns, just because they're oddly different with the older quarterback just signed like 4 weeks ago. I like Browns to be the dark horse of the AFC. NFC, I do either, since you chose the Lions, I can see Rams doing some damage, if not the Lions, just with the experience they got on offense and defense.
Yeah, my dark horse I narrowed down to the Rams and the Bills. But here's why I did not choose the Rams. They play the Lions on the road, tough matchup. Then they got to go, if they win that, more than likely play the 49ers. They're not getting by that. Their Niners got to buy. It's over for them. So that eliminates them from my dark horse. But the Bills set up quite nicely. They play Pittsburgh. They should get it done at home. Then they get to play the Chiefs. After the Chiefs got to play in cold weather, in 0-degree weather a week later, and they got to go after playing the Dolphins. You know, that's going to be a close game. That's probably going to take a lot out on the Chiefs. And Rick, as you know, in years past, some of these cold weather games affects teams weeks later or a week later. I've seen it several times. So it sets up nicely for the Bills at home, and the Chiefs are not the same this year. And that gets the Bills to the conference championship. And I really think Josh Allen can lead them to the Super Bowl as a dark horse. I could really see it. The playoff picture, they have the best spot right now in the playoffs. That is if they don't choke or lay an egg. It is the best spot. You're getting a home game against the Steelers, and you're getting a home game against the Chiefs coming off a 0-degree weather game. And then hopefully, you know, what if the Ravens do lay an egg? Then they're going to host the conference championship game. I don't know. I'm big on Josh Allen. I like their head coach, and I think the playoffs set up quite nicely for him.
Yeah, I think a great video that we will do next once the playoffs and the Super Bowl is over is we're going to talk about where we were right and where we were wrong in the playoffs. Just one quick note I'll throw out there. Neither of us had the Steelers going in. I can't remember, Rick, so I'd have to go back and look at it. You didn't even
Oh,
have
I
the
didn't.
Ravens at all, and you got the Ravens going all the way to the AFC Championship. Um, that's something to look forward to in the future. Can't wait to do that video. But yeah, this is going to be a great playoff here. I'm looking forward to it. I hate to see football coming to an end, but when one door closes, another one opens, and you got NASCAR back. I can't wait to see the Bell brothers on NASCAR.
That's going to be fun. One quick comment. Let's talk about where I was right. Rick, Dolphins or Jets?
We can talk about Tampa Bay too. We'll go back, pull
Cowboys.
up.
Cowboys, NFC East champions as predicted too, baby. Let's go. But I did have the Niners making the Super Bowl in the preseason podcast. Did any of y'all have the Niners? No, y'all did not. Right?
No,
Okay.
Nope, I had the Lions beating them in the divisional round in my preseason one. So I had the Cinderella story, the Ravens, but I had the Ravens though, and the
Yes,
Lions.
that's impressive. And the Lions, they could make a run. If they win, they definitely have a chance. And you got to think, what if the Lions go back to Dallas after that call and play them in the playoffs? What do y'all think about that? I would lean Detroit then.
Yeah, big
Yep.
game. Bad taste in their mouth after that.
Yeah.
And they might put a whooping out there. I don't think it'll be a tight game though, for sure.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching this episode. This is our NFL playoff bracket predictions. Last words from Kendrick and Rick. Get in the Discord, positive vibes, trust the process.
Yeah. So if you're new here, welcome in. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna try to get more videos out there for you. If you're coming over from the Discord, you guys are the best community out there. I couldn't do this without all my friends and family involved in this. You guys are my second family. I spend a lot of time in the Discord talking to you guys. I appreciate every one of you. But as always, positive vibes. That's what we're built on. And let's continue that.
Yeah, get in there. 14-day trial to try us out. Got great community, great picks. Got to get in there. It's free. Like you said, it's 2-3 days in. It's worth it. Get in there, click the link, and get in. It's absolutely free for 14 days. You'll be making some cash money back pretty quick.
All right, guys. Here's your Easter egg gift. If you're still listening, 2 months free. 2 months free. If you see this right now, you message me, Kendrick, or Rick. Hashtag Nick's Picks. 2 month giveaway. Stay true. Stay positive. Trust the process. We'll see you on the next episode. Join the